So I'm gonna start from here. At the bottom here is where I start new seedling, and the one I start, I'll put humidity dome. I turn on the heat mat, and if I need extra, if I start a lot of seed, I have a second one. So I only have 2 heat mat. That's how I start my seed, with only 2 heat mat. And then when they sprouted, all the seedling, I transfer it here, and as they grow bigger, I just transfer them around everywhere. So let me tell you what I have here. This one mostly flower. I have my cool vegetable. Some of the vegetable I start quite late this year. My lettuce, tomato, and then here I have my rudbeckia, bee balm, gomphrena. This one is very leggy. I forgot to move it. It was at the back of the tray and it's now looking like a giraffe. That is Cosmos. And more at the back there. And I have, this one is Leatris that I start from seed. The seed that I collect from the garden. And more of the, no, it's not Nymphofia, it's Leatris. And more of the rudbeckia. And then I have the hyssop. This one you can just direct seed it, but I don't know why I do this. Maybe that's why it's still in that cell pack. And this one is my Mahogany Splendor. I only have 4 seed left, and sadly only 3 sprout, but that's good enough. And I have more of the, this one is the Asian green. And at the back here is, this one is Jacob Ladder. All of them here at the back. This one is Jacob Ladder that I start from seed. It's so pretty. I like the leaf. So this one will be at my shade garden. I will fill it with my Jacob Ladder. And here is more of the greens, Asian green. And then I have my Lady Mantle at the back here. And that one is Jewel of Opar, Echinacea, and Baby Breath. Right. And on this side, I have all my tomatoes ready. And this one is the Blackberry Lily that I start from seed. And I put 12 seed and only 9 sprouted. But isn't that the cutest thing? And then this one is Coral Bell. The seed was so tiny, so when I put the seed in the cell pack, it's like 10, 20 seed. So that's why it's like overseeding like this. Right. Move on to the second layer. Here is a much bigger plant and taller. That's why the light is a little bit taller, so that they can all receive sun, artificial sun. So this one is my red salvia. This one is for my front garden and side, front and side of the house. And then I have Snapdragon. All these three is Snapdragon. This one is the second batch. The first batch already in the flower farm, our mini flower farm. And then I have the pepper. This one is the very first that I start. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are the first that I start, and then I start a few more, second, third batch. And at the back here, yeah, this is the second batch. This is the first batch of my pepper. It's this big. And behind here is the second batch of pepper. And here the back is dahlia that I start from seed. All of them here, dahlia that I start from seed. And then this one is daisy. All of this is daisy. This one is Joe Pye weed that I start from seed as well. There's a few of them spreading around this room. And echinacea, it's echinacea. And then I have my lemongrass at the back, and more of the pepper. And this one is snap peas. You can just direct sow it in the garden, but in my garden I have a lot of squirrel that like to dig, so I just started in a small newspaper pot like this, and then I just going to put it in the ground once they are big enough. And this one is hollyhock. This tiny one is hollyhock here. Also I started in a pepper pot because of the root. It's gonna have a very, like, you cannot disturb the roots when you transplant it, so I just decided to put it in a pepper pot like that as well. And then more of the pepper, and then that's the third pepper batch. And here is the dahlia cutting. This is my first year trying to do a cutting from dahlia, so hopefully it works. And at the back there is calais. This one I already separate. This one is still a bunch of them in the pots, in the cell pack. And here are all the lisianthus. This one I will transplant it out when the weather start to warm up. Right, next one, yeah, this one is Joe Pye weed. It's bigger one. Here, more Joe Pye weed, some echinacea, some rudbeckia at the back. And this one is all the shade plant. This one is the coral bell that I already separated, and some of them are still in the cell pack. And this one, all this and this one is a steel bee. See, it's so cute. I don't think it will flower the first year, but let's see. It's my first year trying to grow them from seed. And this one is the leftover salvia. I haven't pot them up in a bigger pot. This one is this one is the red salvia. This one is the blue salvia, the Victoria blue salvia. So these two is Victoria blue salvia, and this two is the red salvia. And this one is Russian sage. Look at that. It's also healthy. I'm gonna use this as the border for my garden bed. And then this one is obviously Snapdragon that are losing its way in this salvia bed, salvia cell pack. This one is Victoria spicata. This and this, all this 1 2 3 4 Victoria spicata. And at the back more rudbeckia. Oh, this one gonna be all in my flower bed, gonna be pretty. This one will be in my shed garden bed. And this one is my perennial bed. This one will be Joe Pye weed, will be in my moist garden bed. It's not actually a garden bed, that mostly because that place is always flooded. So I'm gonna put this Joe Pye weed since it's gonna be very good with that kind of space. So I have this one. And then this is the very first time I tried doing dahlia from bulbs, or do you call it bulbs or bare root? So this one I have tried to cut a few cutting from it, and look at that, I still have to cut this one, second, third. So this one here is Snow Country. This one is all Walmart dahlia, no, Walmart, Lowe's or Home Depot dahlia. The Snow Country. This one Snow Country as well. Let me see, what are you? Snow Country as well. I think that one at the back is Cream de Cassis. So this one, yeah, I think this one is all from Walmart. And this is the fungus gnat in my grow room. There's not much of them, hopefully, because this is the only one that has been in this step for a few months now. So that's my grow room. A squeaky floor. Shh. Right, so sometime when I water them, I will also run the fans here so it can blow and give them some air movement. And I have the window here that I can open.